Okay, so I thought it would be cool to make a video talking about this music video I was in about a year ago. I never really addressed it. I shared the links and stuff like that, but I never like talked about it or my experience. And it was, I don't know why, because it was a very crazy experience. Like going there, being on set, seeing how like a production like that works, and acting. I've never actually acted in anything. I tried to be audition for a play because a friend tried to get me to, and it was the worst experience of my life. And but so this though was an incredible experience. So I'm going to kind of watch it and with you guys, and then talk about my thoughts being there, because I was also I went to Austin, Texas to do it. I'd never been to Texas, so it was like a totally foreign experience. It was, and unlike anything else I've done. So let's get right into it.
This girl is always on my mind.
So you can see it's like a 10-year reunion for high school. Okay, wait. That guy with the long hair that was talking to me at the table, what he was supposed to be doing was like being the guy at a party who's talking and is just so boring that you can't pay attention. So when we would film that, he would actually do that. He would actually talk like he started talking about obscure records and like going in depth into like the bass player's history or some stuff like that. And it was so funny because I would actually tune out. Like, I didn't even need to pretend to be ignoring him. It would be so like, I don't know. It was like, it worked perfectly is what I'm saying.
You've never seen a girl so...
Okay, I know I'm pausing a lot already, but my hair right here, I just want to say I condemn that. I condemn it. That's not me. I already looked young going to this video, and like, the way I ended up doing this video was this friend of mine who I'd made on social media, like when I was doing Vine or Twitter or something, I don't remember what it was. He followed me on Instagram, and I remember like, you know, people follow me. I always scroll through kind of like, who's this person? And then he was doing music, and he was like posting videos singing and stuff, and I was like, oh, this guy's cool and good.
I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you.
And then after a couple years, he messaged me on Facebook. I think it was like the middle of the night. And he was like, hey, do you want to be in a music video? And I was like, yeah. Well, he sent me the song first, because that's the thing. I'm not an actor. Like, I would do something again, of course, but that's not my passion or my drive to be on set and or in plays or anything. So, but then he sent me the song, and I was like, okay, this song's pretty cool. Like, I will definitely do it since the song's good. And yeah. But this hair, back to the hair, the way they like brushed it down and forward, I was like, it kind of looks like almost like a Karen, or like an emo haircut from like 2008, but bleached blonde. And it made me look kind of younger. And like, I already looked young. My face looks like this tiny face. And I'm supposed to be at a 10-year reunion here? I mean, this was pre-mustache. So I was looking pretty young. So I remember when he asked me if I wanted to be in the video, I messaged him. I was like, he told me the plot of the music video. It was like being at a 10-year high school reunion. I was like, you do know I don't look, like I look pretty young. Like, I'm not going to look like I should be there. I look like somebody brought their kid, their teen pregnancy kid that they had. But, yeah. So they brushed my hair forward all weird, because the point wasn't to look good, which my point of my life is looking good. So I was like, wait, I have to be kind of weird, goofy looking? Okay. That was actually weirdly hard for me to accept. I'm pretty vain, I guess. I didn't realize it till that moment.
Oh, she gets me so high. But when my head is in the clouds, she always brings me down. And I
I paused at the worst time. But the weirdest thing about this is each one of those little different angle changes, they have to like move all the lighting equipment for each one. So basically, what happens is I'd just be chilling in the back, whatever, with the wardrobe lady. And then they'd call me and be like, hey, Jed, we need you. And then they'd find me. I'd go out there and they'd be like, hey, we need you to put your hand out like this. And I'd be like, okay. So I'd stand on the X and I'd be like, and they'd be like, oh, do a little bit less, with a little less sass. And I'd be like, okay. And then they'd be like, okay, got it. Anyway, we'll let you know when we need you again. So then you go back for 40 minutes while they set up other shots and change the lighting and all this stuff. And then they call you back out and they say, okay, Jed, we need you to go give one of these looks. Or something like that. And then you're like, so then you go and you stand on the X and you go, really? And then they're like, hey, that was perfect. Got it. Anyway, we'll let you know when we need you. So that's how it works. It's so weird. All those angle changes require massive lighting changes and camera setting changes. And those dudes are like way professional, so they knew what they were doing. But I was like, oh, I didn't think about how tedious it actually is. Okay, so that dance scene, I have no experience dancing. And that girl I was dancing with, she's so good. Like, she's like a dance instructor type of, you know. And so she was like trying to coach me when we first showed up. We were like rehearsing and stuff, and she was like trying to just get me to do basic dance moves. And like, I can weird dance all right, but I can't like follow dance steps. I don't know, I'm not good at it. And so she was trying to coach me, and she'd give me like basic instructions, like, all right, just kind of like roll your hips like this. And I'd be like, it just wouldn't work. And but so that dance scene was actually surprisingly hard for me to do. I kept stepping on her feet, kicking her, stubbing her toes probably, but it was pretty cool. Also, the hair lady, like, I was supposed to have like a slicked back hair for that scene, because it's like the fantasy scene where I don't look like an incel. And they slicked it back, but the hair girl, like, really combed it back, like, flat on my head. And I was like, look, I can almost do a slick back look right, but you can't slick. Basically, this whole experience of me making this music video was me fighting with the hair lady, okay? It's me like, what are you doing, all right? You know? Not that she's bad, but I had my own ideas, okay? And, but also, they do have to do your hair in a way that it stays consistent. Like, I always do my hair like a mess, like this. But this is actually a problem when you're filming stuff, because all these little scene changes, there's like 45 minutes between each little scene change. If your hair is like a mess, it might fall weird or different. So there's no continuity between each scene. So you do have to just have a consistent look. So I get it, why they did my hair all the ways that they did it. Yeah. That dude totally cucked me right there. Fun fact, that guy's also in this band called the Black Pumas, which is a really good band. They were nominated for, he plays keyboard in that band, and I think they were nominated for a Grammy for Best New Artist, and they're really cool. That was hard to act, because in real life at a party, if somebody spilled their water on me, I'd send my elbow right to their dome. I'd be like, good night. And then I'd take their dry shirt and I'd put it on me. So they're laying there naked, looking like an idiot, and I'd be just in a new shirt. This girl was always on my mind. She knows and I can't take my pride. So that scene, when I got sent like I don't even know what the word is for like basically the play-by-play of what scenes you're going to be doing. When they sent that to me, I skimmed it. I'll admit it, I skimmed it. I didn't know I had to have a scene where I was supposed to look like sexy and seductive in this girl's fantasy. Like, I get splashed water on and she sees it. It's this like, whoa, really big fantasy moment. I didn't know that was coming. So there's one point where they come and get me while I'm waiting for them to do whatever they do. And I come out and they're like, hey, stand on the X. And then they have all these like water bottles and stuff. And they're like, okay, so for this one, we need you to just be really like seductive, like, but a little over the top, like, you know. And I was like, what? I was like, is it too late to quit? I actually felt so uncomfortable. I was like, that's not my, I don't do that, okay? I don't, I'm not like one of these TikTok guys that try to be seductive, like lip bites and like whatever eye roll stuff they do. That's not me. So seeing that, like, it took me a minute to be like, okay, Jed, just do the thing. There's 50 people staring at you right now. Just do the thing. So they sprayed me. I gave it my best shot, and it was fun. Every one of these things, I wanted to be like, nope, I'll leave. I'll just go home. And they motivated me to do it by being like really cool. These guys were all so awesome that it was like, yeah, it was just fun. They made it a fun environment, so it was easy to be silly and like cringe in front of so many strangers.
But when we're out on the floor, you got me begging for more. Make it rain, make it pour.
So this dance scene, that was another point. Like by this point in the night, we'd been there for so long, and I just like this crazy dance scene, I was just not ready. I looked like I was just like standing over there like, I can't perform. I can't get into this like where everyone's standing around watching you dance like an idiot. I don't know. Like that girl I was dancing with right there, she's like a natural, like this, she lives for this stuff. She could probably be on set every day. She's like, she likes acting. She likes the over the top kind of goofy stuff, and she does it so well. And then me, I'm like, this is none of this. I would do this drunk at an actual party, but I wouldn't do this in front of sober people that I'd have never met staring at me. Like, it felt so weird. So they had to kind of hype me up. I think I did a few shots before and then just was like, I'm going to embarrass myself in front of all these people. And I did. And it worked. This move is, I stole that elbow move from Mac from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's a classic. Well, that's basically the end of the video. It was such a good time, as like that whole party scene was so fun to make. Everyone was actually dancing. We had music going. It was like just wrapped it up perfectly. If I could change one thing, I would have requested that I be a blind character, and then Kova here could be my seeing eye dog. And I would have made it, I think, way better. But you know.